Greetings, Keishling. Keishram here with my live reaction of Kingdom, Chapter 854. Okay, so we've got a lovely color panel, or color page cover of Kyokai in her new armor. So, confirm it is a silver metallic color imbued with lovely gems that kind of match her sword. So, I like that. Excuse me. In new garb, they march to war. The title is A Simultaneous Outbreak of War. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in just a bit more. Oh, the helmet. I like the pink trim for the armor. It's fitting. Though I would have expected red, but it looks nice regardless. Okay, so we got Moten here. There's no air of ferocity about them, but their morale is high. So they're not a hard type of army, but a soft one, similar to Gyakuka. They seem easy to fight and yet difficult at the same time. A hard opponent to read, huh? Moten Sama, the Ison army on the right wing is ready. The Rikushin army, or Rikushin, yeah, Sen, army is on the right wing as well. And of course, the center is ready at any time. Good. We'll strike first, engage the enemy's strength. Gakuka army, first wave. What we know is that our opponent isn't the formidable Shibaso. We're also been blessed with a favorable position. If we push east, we'll reach Kanton. In other words, begin the charge! It means the Gakuka will be the main thrust of this great war. Fujin Plains, Gakuka Army. Here they come. Send out our first wave. So we've got Bafuji. So we'll see how well this goes. Two great generals, sons, essentially, are going to be facing each other in battle. Send out the first wave. We'll see how well trained their soldiers are. Charge, slaughter them all. So we've got Katsu Mihan Minhaku. Okay, another name that I'm just going to forget. The allied armies of Katsu Minhaku and Bafuji. The battle begins. Oh, it was a versus. Okay, so that, yeah. Alright. Okay, so now we're on Ohan's side of the battlefield. The Gyokuho Army General Ohan. The Akakin army on the left wing is in position. We're beginning. First, we'll have the center army and the Ganjo army, or Kanjo army, on the right. Push forward steadily. Give the order to attack. Yes, sir. First wave charge. Okay, so you're fighting Reijuko, who looks like a very depressed man, to be honest. Send the left wing to meet them. We'll cure their center. Or lure their center. We'll cure it. We'll cure it of life. We'll lure their center in and hunt them down. Yes, sir. The Ryukin Plains. Gyakuho Army versus the Reijuko Army. The battle begins. We'll cut them down where they stand. Okay, so they've got a shield formation going on. The Benro Plains. So we're like in 3 different planes, it seems like. So that's kind of ridiculous. That's how wide this is that you're literally like in different regions, basically. Begin! So we got Roku Omi. Shall we give the order to the center and the Ryokoku unit? No need. When we move, they'll move. Yes, sir. So we got Kanshu. Got a interesting mark on your head there. It's just the letter C. Should have been a G. Let's see here. General, the enemy has begun to move. Send out an equal number to meet them. So the Roku Omi army versus the Ganshu army. the battle begins. Okay, I'm getting a little tired of that. Um, the Rikibi, or Kiba, yeah, Rikiba plains. We're moving out. Shibuso Army Right Wing General Kansaro. Okay, so he is going to be in this probably quite a bit. Definitely has to avenge his fallen comrade after what happened last time, so yeah. Let's see here. General, the enemy's first wave is coming. So they made the first move. Haha, we're going to. Let's have ourselves a grand slaughter. The Osen Army left wing commander Ankai. The vanguard Ankai army has engaged Kansaro. So we got Soo. If I remember, he had some connection with him the last invasion. So that's why he's probably thinking about him. But I could be wrong. So much stuff happens. So just correct me if I'm wrong. I am a derp. Anyway. Justice is with us. It is with Don Sorry. Don is sorry because he died. And now you have to deal with it. If Kansaru is the blade of Seke, then I, Don Sorry, am its shield. Oh, you're Don Sorry. Never mind. Okay, I totally forgot the name of the other dude then. My bad. I'm even worse than I thought. So that's a stupid name. I don't like it. I hope you die, Shield. It's Backbone. Shibuso Army Left Wing General, Dansari. If Shibuso-sama is the nation, then I, Dansari, am its very soil. Dansari-sama's speeches are as cryptic as ever. So they don't give a shit about him, it seems like. We move out. So we got the Osen Army Right Wing General Shinso. Or Shinsho. Let's see here. Both wings have engaged. The center will await the order. There is so much crap going on. You will have to forgive me this whole war until things get small enough for me to be able to remember half of these battlefields. Both wings have engaged. The center will await the order. So we've got Riju there at the center. Yes. And then another center army general is Naraku. And Osen overlooking everything. Begin. Yes, sir. Great General Osen. And then Shibuso of the Zhao Great Heavens is watching upon his perch on the other side. Begin. Yes, sir. Osen Army versus Shibuso Army. The battle begins. That one should be kind of interesting. Because Shibuso has, like, such a famed, like, prestige about him. Especially given, like, how mysterious he was, but, like, prestigious he was at the same time. It's like he had no feats, but he had, like, everything going for him, it seemed like. And then when we finally got to see him, he wasn't necessarily bad. So it's like, the man's a walking mountain. Probably gives Mobu a run for his money for biggest mofo in China, but and Mobu isn't necessarily even the biggest, so but right now, he's taking out a few giants. But yeah, so that one should be interesting. And with Osen being the way Osen is, these two strategic generals will probably have some fun strategies. But anyway, let's see here. Zhao General Kisui, and that is on the Gokusa Plains. And you're fighting against freaking Kyokai? Oh god. And his vice commander is Bate Ah, Bate, yes. That would make sense, both of you being paired up. Oh, yeah. This was already set up. So, a theory that a buddy of mine had was that, like, after Kyokai wins this, hopefully, that she'll either assimilate or give them the promise that their like community and village will probably remain unharmed. So, but anyway, so we got her and she's giving her orders. It looks like, and then we got Shu Sueju in the Bunane plains, and he's got Bananaji apparently with him, and it's kind of sad that it's like two generals with against every kin general. And that seems kind of The armies of Shun Jun and Bananaji versus the Yotanwa army. And she speaks to her people. It's time for a bloodbath. The battle begins. And they all just start rushing in. Oh Lord. There's bodies going in from both sides. On this day, along the Kinzhou border stretching from north to south, a war to decide the fates of both nations began all at once. Qin royal capital, Kanyu. Okay, so we're in the king's chamber, or throne chambers. A report. The Haishin unit is engaged on the Moen plains. The Gakukwa army under Moten has done the same. The Gyokuho on the northern front is also engaged. The Osen army has also begun its battle with Shivasu. The Roku Omi army, why do I keep calling him Rokuo? Has engaged on the Binro plains as well. And the Yotanwa army, advancing from the south, has also begun to fight. Every battlefield erupted at once? This is truly an all-out war. So everyone's kind of like freaked out because they weren't expecting things to go this hot, this quick. This is definitely not a Cold War for sure. Shohei-kun, we have never fought a war on such a wide front before. Have we decided which of these armies will serve as the main thrust? No. In the Grand Coalition, an army can become the main thrust or a support force. Okay, so you definitely are flexible in this one. Okay. In addition to the great generals Osen and Yotanwa, we have assembled commanders who are all close in skill to the remaining seats of the great generals. Even without headquarters dictating a detailed strategy, each of them has the ability to grasp their role within the flow of battle and carry it out. Okay, so you're because things are so wide, they can't really like dictate a higher up, authority plan, which is probably for the best because then that means you're going to have minimum interference, and then because not everyone's on the same page, that means you can't get like spies in there that are going to throw the whole thing out of whack because everybody will be running on their own what's the word, directives. So I like that. Also, this was the whole thing of what the sixth grades were supposed to be capable of, is that they're allowed a fair amount of freedom in their warfare, so it makes sense. But also to kind of give this to Shin and Moten and Ohan, who were like next in line for the next upgrade of great generals. So I like that. In other words, from Raboku's perspective, he will be unable to pinpoint a single front to focus his defenses on, meaning this will continue to be the most difficult kind of war for him. Yon Royal Capital. Okay, so of G. Okay, so King Ki. At last it has begun. So now we're getting other countries and we're overseeing things from their point of view. in Wei, the royal capital. Teiryu. Go home, King Caben of Wei. Wei's number one general, great general, go home. Go home! Go home! Go home, And he's like, sir, I am home. I'm in the borders of Wei right now. It's like, screw you and your name! Anyway, what are your thoughts? Strategist Hari. Counselor Getsuko or Suka Ko. In total numbers, the Qin army has 440,000 to to Zhao's 400,000. If the armies from Hongo and Gian in the north were to mobilize, that gap would be closed. In that case, we must look at the quality of the armies, their composition. For the Qin, the growth of the young generals Ohan, Moten, and Risshin is particularly significant. Okay, putting a little respect on their name, I like that. Although, there are concerns about them supplementing their numbers with former Han soldiers. Even taking that into account, I believe the Qin army is superior in terms of quality. Oh. Okay, now in Chu's royal capital, Qin will win? If you just look at the quality of their army, that would be the obvious conclusion. Okay, so quality seems to be the consistent thing here. Alright, Karen. I like that you're putting respect on them too. Then Zhao will be defeated. Rian, the Chancellor, and destroyed. Who knows about that? Depending on the condition of both armies, the path may open for the Chu army to march north and destroy them both. What the hell, lady? Huh? Everyone's just dumbfounded by that. In any case, the longer this war draws on, the more Chu stands to gain. I mean, yeah. Because, like, Han was kind of a buffer. And plus, Qin is also on the border of Chu, if I remember right. So it's like, yeah. With them taking Han, and now, dealing with Zhao, yeah, Chu could just kind of come in and sweep things in a pivotal moment. So the reason they halted the southern expedition of the Koyoku and Hakurei armies is because the opportunity to attack Qin is near. Karen-sama, shall I have Koyoku and the others advance north to the vicinity of Bon Castle? Huh? Don't be so hasty, Bamyu. Don't be hasty, damn you, Bamyu. When I said Qin would win, I was speaking only of the quality of their armies. Zhao has a man who can overturn a slight disadvantage in military strength like it's nothing. Boku? Even if the stories about Ganmon have been exaggerated, there's no doubt that he excels in defensive warfare. Yeah, one of those. That could play a role. And if Raboku displays his true abilities, then again you have the pride of the reinstated Osen to consider. Cuckoo. There's no doubt about it, this war will be a storm. And we focus on a dragon, I like that. Okay, so we're seeing two major armies kind of start to get obliterated, it looks like. The Qin-Zhao War began simultaneously on all fronts. But there was one place where the tide of battle shifted drastically from the very first day. Here they come! Oh, so we got the former Mountain King. It was the battlefield of the Otanwa army. Stop them, don't let them break through. Bah ha ha! Any fool who stands in the way of Danto and Yotanwa gets cut clean in two, every last one of them. Damn it, we have to stop him ourselves. Ra, you're in the way. What is that enemy? The first wave is collapsing. Impossible. The battle must or has just begun. He's continuing. Out of the way. Huh? Wait. Is this one of the 10 arrows of China? Because I don't think this is anyone we've seen before. And everyone's kind of shocked at it. So I'm thinking that might be the case. Because, like, they've only been, like, slightly ever seen. We saw, like, the 10th. You know, when Gin and Ton were, like, kind of having to try and deal with him. But that's been a while ago. Wait, is this the same guy? Because I was pretty sure he died. But maybe it's not. I don't know. My stupid brain. But if it is one of the 10, I would love that. Very ornate and whatnot. So, yeah, you're definitely a true archer because, like, you're... Wait. But this coming out of the side like this, and also against who you're fighting... Are you Mountain Tribe? Because these shoulder things look very Mountain Tribe, but because you've been brought into the fold of Zhao, you have more ornate clothing, maybe. Also to match your prestige if you are one of the 10 arrows. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, overall, very solid chapter. A lot of craziness is going on. I'm looking forward to the Osen battlefield the most, just because he's a bit unpredictable, but in a strategic way. He's not like the chaotic unpredictable that we used to have with Conky, but still the wild card in his own right. Obviously, we have our monster trio, so that's always going to be fun. We've got the Yotanwa army dealing with maybe one of their own from another region or country, technically. I don't know. Like I said, that's only suspecting based on one freaking panel of the guy. But there's that. And let's see here. Yeah, there's just so many battles. It's like, that might be the title. So many battles. But anyway, let me know your own thoughts and opinions. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Links down below for all my socials. And as always, later days. And until next time, Keishlings. Sorry I'm a forgetful fuck up.